Nutrient Monday, everybody. If you're ready to cut through the noise and get real science on performance nutrition, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a Monday. This topic is a big one, so drop a comment below. Are you pro carbs or carb cautious? And if this helps you train smarter, share it with your workout crew. Carbs, they've been demonized, celebrated, and misunderstood. But for the adult athlete who wants real-world performance, more energy, better recovery, and harder sessions, understanding carbs isn't optional, it's essential. Today, we're reclaiming carbohydrates as the primary performance fuel they are. Let's reset the basics. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which is your body's preferred and most efficient source of energy, especially for high-intensity work. Think of your muscles and your liver as fuel tanks for glycogen, which is the stored form of glucose. When you train hard, you're burning through this glycogen. The fuller your tank, the longer and harder you can go before hitting the wall. It's really that simple. For the adult athlete, this isn't about getting bulky. It's about sustaining intensity. When you're training hard, intensity is key. You want to fuel explosive lifts, sprints, and tough metcons. It also helps you spare muscle. When glycogen is available, your body is less likely to break down muscle protein for energy. And then carbohydrates are central nervous system fuel. Your brain runs almost exclusively on glucose. Low carbs can mean poor focus, coordination, and motor unit recruitment. One of the most robust areas of sports science is how carbs influence performance and recovery. And the evidence is crystal clear. A major review in the journal Sports Medicine concluded that muscle glycogen levels directly impair strength, power, and high-intensity endurance output. For the lifter or CrossFit athlete, this means hitting failure sooner with less weight or fewer reps. Recovery isn't passive. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that consuming carbs post-exercise dramatically accelerates glycogen resynthesis. This isn't just about feeling better, it's about physically refilling the fuel tank so you're ready to perform at 100% for your next session, especially with less than 24 hours between workouts. Crucially, research also shows that low carbohydrate availability increases perceived exertion, meaning your workout feels harder, which can limit output and adherence. Carbs literally make hard work feel manageable. Now, let's talk about the holistic path of strategically using fuel to make sure that your glucose production and your glycogen storage is high enough to sustain intense training. This is where we get strategic with real food. Not all carbs are created equal for an athlete's daily fueling. Number one, you want to focus on nutrient-dense, fiber-rich sources. Now, if you have either participated in the Eat Well, Move Well program or you have looked into it, you understand that we always focus on nutrient-dense nutrition choices. That's kind of the catchword for the entire program. And why do we do this? This is for sustained energy, particularly pre-workout. We're looking at oats, sweet potatoes, quinoa, brown rice. These provide a steady glucose release. Then we want to look at different carbs for recovery and glycogen replenishment, which would be your post-workout choices. You're looking at white rice, potatoes, fruit. These are faster digesting to rapidly replenish glycogen stores. Then we also want to think about incorporating carbohydrates through your entire day. And for that, we're focusing on overall health and micronutrients. For this category, you want to aim for berries, leafy greens, beans, and whole grains. Your training load, we did talk about these different categories and what that is related to for the work required, not just eating the same thing every day. Your carb intake should ebb and flow with Now, I'm going to add a caveat to this. With my one-on-one clients, I prefer to use an activity-based nutrition method, but I will have clients that I work with that is just not doable. Their schedule is not consistent, it is not steady. They kind of get things in where they can. So in that case, what I do is I take their activity for the last 30 days, average it out, and then we eat our macros and calories based on that information. And we adjust this month to month. So they are getting enough nutrients to be as active as they are on average, even if their days fluctuate quite a bit. It is not perfect, but it definitely does help manage eating for activity level versus switching day to day. So it is better than just a generic number, but I would prefer my clients have a schedule, like this is this kind of run day, this is this kind of lift day, etc. That way I can adjust their macros for them, but that is not possible for everyone. So another way to do it is to do it on a more macro level. So looking at your activity over an extended period of time and then managing that month to month, and then you kind of adjust what you need. Not perfect, but definitely useful and still activity-based. Anyway, let's continue. Now, that is talking about the whole food choices that you want to make, but there is also another path, which is the supplemental path. And we always want whole foods to be the foundation of your nutrition choices, particularly as an adult athlete. Really, if you're anyone, but particularly if you're an adult athlete. But supplements do have a specific, powerful role in an athlete's toolkit. Supplemental carbs like highly purified glucose, maltodextrin, or cyclic dextrins are for one job, which is rapid, convenient, gut-friendly fuel delivery. When you want to use them is during prolonged training, which is training over 90 minutes in session length. This helps maintain your blood glucose and delays fatigue during your training session. You also would want to use them immediately post-workout. This is when quick glycogen replenishment is critical and you may not have an appetite for a full meal. I know I prefer to have something liquid immediately post-workout. I can eat food, but this is a lot easier and I'm going to remember it and I'm going to eat or drink all of it. And then you also would consider supplemental carbohydrates, more purified carbohydrates, for competition when precise dosing and minimal distress are paramount. And that would be having glucose drinks made up and you just drink them throughout the day, mixed with some protein to help with a competition day. I know that is what I like to do on a competition day. Now, the key difference here, why would we prefer supplements in some situations and why would we prefer whole foods in some situations? The key difference is that whole food sweet potatoes give you carbs, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, while a scoop of carb powder gives you just carbs. No digestion needed, making it a performance tool, not a fuel replacement. So you would pair your carb supplements in and around working out, no other time. The other times you want to get your nutrition, particularly your carbs, from whole foods. Now, to see a pure, high quality carb supplement that I recommend for intra and post-workout use, I'll have a link in the description box. And as always, in every Nutrient Monday video, you are going to see a vetted product link there. Now, this brings us to our core philosophy. Strategic carbohydrate use is a master tool for performance, but it is in addition to, not in place of, a goal-oriented nutrition plan and a periodized training regimen. You must earn your carbs through your output and align them with your goals. Learning how to periodize your nutrition, including your carbs, with your training is exactly what we master in Eat Well, Move Well. Now, the program teaches you the foundation of when to put carbs where they need to be, but we're not going to get really into timing in the program, but it does build you a really solid base that you can build on. So we go through calories, we go through all of your macros and micros and how to integrate them into a plan wherever you might go and what these things mean. And with guidance from me via the Eat Well, Move Well group, you'll be able to ask questions, take pictures of what you're eating, ask for advice, ask for recommendations from those that are going through the same experience as you, as well as me, who pops in and out of the group throughout the entire program. So Eat Well, Move Well really helps you build a foundation so you can learn how to utilize carbs among everything else nutrition-wise. New groups do start every Monday, so you are not tied to a date. You can sign up today, and then your program will just start being delivered next Monday within our app. And if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below, and I will answer them, or you can click the link in the description box. Now, to recap, carbohydrates are your body's premium fuel for high-intensity performance and recovery. Strategic use from whole food forms your foundation, while supplemental carbs are a targeted tool for during and after demanding sessions. Now it's your turn. How do you strategically use carbs in your training week? Share your approach below. We'd love to hear about it. Was this video a game changer in how you view carbs? Let me know. I want to hear about it. If this helped you, show some love with a like, subscribe to see more, and share this with someone who's afraid of carbs. Maybe this will help them. Now, thank you so much for watching. Go eat well, move well, and fuel your performance. See you in the next video.